Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Hopefully, you spent a nice night. Today's session is about question tag, invitations, and prepossessions. So, do you remember this, guys? Do you remember this interrogative sentence? Yeah, it's one of the four. Do you remember the first session about sentences? Declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamative. Yes, the four. We have said that interrogative sentence means to form questions, and we said there are two types of questions: yes or no question, WH question, and if you remember, I said that there's another type of questions, but we are not gonna take it today. We are gonna take it just later. It was what? It was question tag. This is number 3. What is meant by question tag? It's very simple and very easy in English, but you hear it a lot. You can hear it a lot from people when they speak. Okay? So what's question tag? Have a look. What is meant by question tag? Question tag, it means like this. First, to tell you how. Like this one. You're from China, aren't you? So aren't you this? This is question tag. Why we use this? Why we use this question tag? For 3 reasons. We use it to check information, to check if the information that you have is right or wrong, to check it, or to get information. To get information, it means you want to know the answer for a certain question, but in an indirect way. Okay? So we use it to check information or get information. This is number 2. Number 3, comment on a situation. Comment on a situation. Okay, let's see examples and see how can I make question tag. Of course, you can read this just page 41 grammar book. Okay, let's have a look at this. There are certain rules to make a question tag. Positive changes into negative, and negative changes into positive. So it means what? It means you switch. If the sentence is positive, the question tag is negative. If the sentence is negative, the question tag is positive. This is number 1. Number 2, because it's question or a type of question, of course, it's going to start with what? Not the subject. So I'm gonna switch the subject and verb in the shape of a question form. Okay? There is another note, the last one, I am, aren't I. I'm not gonna explain this now. I'm gonna explain it later. Okay? But let's see an example to make sure that you got it perfectly. A question tag is a short question at the end of the statement of the sentence. It's a short question at the end of the sentence. How can I make the question tag? Have a look at this. I have a sentence, you're a student. And full stop, this is the sentence. Now I want to use question tag in this sentence. How can I make it? So I'm gonna say you are a student. Instead of the question tag, I'm gonna, instead of the full stop, I'm gonna put comma. This is number 1. Number 2, you are. This is positive or negative? It's positive. So it's going to be what here? Negative. Very good. You are. If I want to make a question on you are, I'm gonna say what? Yes or no question. It's going to be what? Are you? I'm gonna switch the verb and the subject. So I'm gonna say are you? But here it's positive, so here it's gonna be negative. So aren't you? And then question mark. In Arabic, we say at the end, we have this in Arabic as well. We say at the end what? أليس كذلك? مش كده? Okay, this is the question tag. This is aren't you? You are a student, aren't you? So you are a student, aren't you? So it means what? Again. I'm gonna explain it again to make it easy for you to know how to use it. You are a student. This is the sentence. Okay, very good. I want to make a yes or no question. How can you make the question? Are you? Very good. So are you? Here it's positive. So it's going to be what? Negative. So aren't you? So comma, aren't you? Question mark. That's it. This is very simple and very easy. So instead of asking you, are you a student? I'm gonna say what? You are a student, aren't you? Here I make what? Here I make what? You are a student, aren't you? I want to make sure. I am not so sure. So I get information from you, or I check information. I get information, or I check the information that I know. Okay? Again, let's see another sentence. Mary isn't a teacher. Mary isn't a teacher. Full stop. This is the sentence that we have. So I'm gonna change Mary isn't a teacher. Instead of full stop, I'm gonna say comma. Question, is Mary or is she? I don't use names. I change it into pronouns. Okay? So is she? Here it's negative. So here it's going to be what? Positive. So Mary isn't a teacher. Is she? So again, Mary isn't a teacher. Is she? Is she? Okay. Now, let's try with different examples and different sentences. Okay. You're from China. So I want to make a question. Are you? Here it's positive, so it's going to be negative. You're from China, aren't you? Aren't you? You like sushi. I want to make a question. This is present simple. So I'm gonna get what? Helping, do you like? So I'm gonna say do you. So do you. And then here it's positive, so here it's negative. So you like sushi, don't you? You like sushi, don't you? Don't you? Okay. Okay. They have a baby. Have here is a main verb and it's present simple. So I'm gonna use do they have. So I'm gonna say do they. Very good. Do the verb and then they the subject. Here it's positive. So don't they? Don't they? I'm making what here in all this checking information. I'm not so sure. I want to know if they really have a baby or not. So I check the information. He's smart. He's smart. So question, is he? Here it's a positive, it's going to be negative. Isn't he? Isn't he? Okay. She has a car. She has a car. Has, this is main verb, present simple. So does she have? This is the question. So doesn't she? Doesn't she? Positive and negative. So here I check the information if what I know is true or not. Okay. These are examples of sentences that are positive. Let's see examples of sentences that are negative. Okay. You aren't from France. You aren't from France. So I'm gonna make a question. Are you? Are you? Here it's negative, so it's going to be positive. Are you? He can drive. So as a question, can he? Negative changes into positive. We shouldn't stay up late. We shouldn't stay up late. So shouldn't is negative. So I'm gonna change it into yes. Should we? Should we? Remember something, guys. We don't change anything. We just make a question. We don't change the pronouns. The pronouns are the same. You haven't seen my keys. Okay. Have you? Why here have you? And here don't they? Because have here is a main verb in the infinitive, so it's what? Present simple. But have here is helping because it's followed by the PP, so it's a present perfect. Okay, don't forget this notice. They won't go to the party. So I'm gonna change will they? Will they? It wasn't a nice day yesterday. So it wasn't a nice day yesterday, so it wasn't. So as I'm gonna switch, was it? So here you are making what? It wasn't, I'm speaking about myself, for example. I say, what do you know? It wasn't a nice day yesterday for me. It wasn't. Was it? Was it for you? Was it for any person who spent the same day with me? No, it wasn't. So I am making what here? I'm what doing here? Sorry, I'm doing what here? Yes, it's like a comment on a situation because it wasn't a good day for me. I am not here checking information or get information. I just say my comment on what happened yesterday. Okay, so it wasn't a nice day yesterday, was it? No, it wasn't. Okay, so these are examples of how to make the question tag. There is a very important note. Let's have a look at this. For example, I'm a teacher. I'm going to make what? I'm a teacher. Am I? And here it's negative positive, so am not I. In English, this is an exception, guys. An exception. That's why I wrote it here. It's not am not I. No, it's aren't. Aren't I? Are and I. Yes, it's exception only in this. This is more common in native English. Native speakers don't use am not I. They don't say it like this. Aren't I? So they use are with I in this case only, in the question tag only. Okay? Okay. Let's see more examples. I just got you more to let you understand it better. You aren't a teacher. Have a look. You aren't a teacher. So I'm gonna say, what are you? He isn't crazy. Is he? He wasn't relaxed. Was he? They weren't late. Were they? You just switch it. It's very simple. You don't speak French, do you? You didn't study for the test, did you? You haven't been here all the week, have you? You hadn't done it before then, had you? You won't fail the exam, will you? You can drive a car, can you? You couldn't do it for me, could you? We mustn't say anything. Must we? You shouldn't be so busy. Should you? You wouldn't stop me. Would you? So these are examples of negative, changing it into positive and making it in a question form. Okay? To ask for agreement or confirmation. I'm asking you to agree on something or confirm. This is like checking or getting the information. Statements using barely, hardly, neither, no, nobody, none, nothing, and seldom. If the sentence has one of these words, hardly, no, nobody, none, nothing, seldom, they are treated as negative. It means nothing is ready. It means this sentence is negative. Got it? Yes. So if it's negative, so it's going to be what the question tag positive. So is it? So do you see now? Not isn't. No. Here it's negative because it has nothing. Okay, it's considered as negative. This is another note. Let's see examples for positive, negative now. Okay. Now the sentence is positive and the question tag is negative. Okay, you're a student, aren't you? He is very busy, isn't he? He was happy, wasn't he? They were surprised, weren't they? You speak English, don't you? Don't forget. Present simple, we have do or does, okay? We can't say speak you. It's not a question, of course. He studies Spanish, doesn't he? You studied for the test, didn't you? You have studied all week, haven't you? You had arrived before he left, hadn't you? You will pass the exam, won't you? You can speak 2 languages, can you? You could do it for me, couldn't you? We must be patient, mustn't we? You should go now, shouldn't you? You would like a new job, wouldn't you? So these sentences are positive. We change it into what? Negative. Never forget this, okay? As I told you, it's an exception. I am late. We don't say am not. We don't say amn't I. We don't say this. This is not correct. We say aren't I. It's an exception. Exception. Okay. There is another exception. Let's go home. How can I make the question tag for let's go home? It's different as well. It's shall we? So the question tag for this changes. It's exception also. Okay. Hopefully it was easy to get. Okay, so as a type of exercise, I want you to try to answer these and complete it with the question tag. Okay. This is also another example. This is also another exercise for question tags. Okay. So please try to answer them as homework. Okay. Let's see another thing today. Now or today. Invitations. What is meant by invitations? It means you want to invite or to ask another person to go with you or to do with you or to share with you something. That's it. This is invitation. You invite a person to do something with you. Okay? Okay. Generally, what are the things that people invite others for? If you are gonna invite a person, you're gonna invite him for what? You can invite him for parties, any party, or birthday parties, or just parties, not just birthday, any party that you make, you ask people to come to the party or you invite them. Graduation party, for example, it's another type of party. Okay, just let me, yes, graduation party, for example. Okay, another one, you can invite a person for a game. Yeah, for a game, soccer game, soccer or match. I can say like video games or match, like real match. Okay, tennis or any type of sport that we have taken. If you have a match, you want him to play with you, or it's like a game on video games or something like this. Okay, concert like a party but a singing party, like Amr Diab's, for example, Amr Diab's concert. Okay. So you ask him to come with you to the party or her to come with you to the party. You can ask a person for dinner, for lunch, for breakfast to eat with you, or even you can ask a person to eat ice cream. I mean, it's not just lunch, dinner, and breakfast. You can ask him for any type of food. Okay? Cinema or theater. Okay? To see a movie, to see a play together. So again, what does mean invitation? It means you ask a person to go with you or to do with you or to share with you sorry, something that you like. Okay? Okay. How can I make invitations? We have two types of invitations, formal and informal. Formal and informal. I said this before millions of times. Formal means what? Means you can do this with, yeah, work, business, let's say, yeah, people who are older or older in age, or you can say people who are higher in position, mainly like business as well. Okay. Informal, anyone that you know, like a friend, like let's say family member. Okay, very good. Now, if you are going to ask a person for invitation, or if a person asks you for invitation, you can accept it or you can decline it. Accept, it means to say yes. Decline, it means, accept, it means to say yes, and decline, it means to say no. The same if it's informal, the same. You can accept it, saying yes, or decline it, saying no. Okay? So again, invitation can be formal or informal. You can accept it or decline it. Yes means accept, no, it means decline. How? How can I ask a person, or how can I invite a person? And how can I say yes or no in English? Is there a certain way? There are a lot of ways, not just one way. Okay, let's see how as an example. Okay, let's see the first one. Would you like to? Would you like to? Would you like to? And then it's followed by a verb infinitive. So for example, would you like to have infinitive, okay? Would you like to have dinner with me tonight? So I invite this person to have dinner with me, to eat with me, for example. Accept, yeah, I'd love to. Decline, I'd love to, but whenever you hear the word but, you understand that he's gonna say no. It's not so polite to say to a person no like this. It's considered not so polite, especially with invitations, okay? So you can tell him, I'd love to, but for example, I have an exam tomorrow. So I have an exam tomorrow, this is an excuse, okay? Most, but not all, most people or most Americans, when they decline, when they say no, they say an excuse, they say a reason for rejecting this invitation, okay? A reason for not going to this invitation. This is mostly. There is another way. Do you want to? Do you want to? And then verb infinitive as well, don't forget. Do you want to go to the mall? Do you want to go to the mall? Okay, accepting. Maybe next time it means declining. Would you like to is considered as a formal and polite way of inviting people. But at the same time, we can use it for informal as well. So would you like to is formal and polite, but I can use it for informal as well, okay? Do you want to? It's considered as informal. Mostly we use it as informal. That's why even, you see the answer, okay, maybe next time. So it's like declining. You can hear the word decline, sorry. Decline is the same in meaning like refuse, is the same in meaning like reject. All of them means what? Means no. Okay, very good. Now, how can I ask a person formally or informally? What other ways of accepting or declining an invitation? Okay. Formally, I can make the invitation or ask for invitation using would you like to. As I told you, it's considered as formal and it's very easy to remember and very helpful in different situations. Okay. Would you like to join me for dinner tomorrow, for example? Would you care? Instead of would you like, would you care? Would you care to join us for dinner? I can use this structure as well. I was just wondering if you would like to come over for dinner tonight. Don't forget, it's always followed by verb infinitive, verb infinitive, verb infinitive. Don't forget this, please. I can also say, instead of would you like to, I can say would be pleased or delighted or very happy to have you over for dinner tonight. All of them mean the same. I ask a person for dinner. They are equal in meaning. What does mean pleased? Very happy. Delighted, very happy as well. All of them means very happy. Okay? Would be pleased if you could join us for breakfast tomorrow. Do you see how the structure is very long and it's not, do you see? We would be pleased if you could join us. Do you see this? We would be pleased to have you. It was just wondering if you would like to. So all of them means what? Would you like to? Okay? Okay, very good. Now, if I want to make the same invitation but informal, what can I use? As I told you, do you want to? This is very easy to remember. How about going to the mall together? And don't forget, how about is followed by verb ing. Let's, you can even say for your friend, let's have dinner on Sunday. Let's have dinner together. So let's, okay? Let's play tennis together. So it's very simple and very easy. If it's informal, because he is your friend or one of your family members, you can say whatever you like. Now, If I want to say yes for my manager for formal, how can I say yes for my manager for the invitation, for example? Or how can I say no for my manager for a for a formal business partner, for example? How can I say this? Let's see how can to say yes. How can I say yes and how can I say no? For saying yes, you can say what? Thank you. I'd love to. Simply. Thank you. I'd love to thank you because it's thanking him for the invitation, which is very good or very polite as well. Thank you. I'd be delighted to. What time should I be there? Yeah, thank you. That would be wonderful or great. Or that would be nice. That would be very kind of you. You can use adjectives in this case. Or certainly, thank you. So all of them means what? Means that you thank him for inviting you, and at the same time, I'd love to, or you say that you accepted the invitation. If you are going to decline the invitation, what can you say? Yeah, as I told you, you can say I'd love to, but. So as whenever you see but, it means rejection. You rejected this, you declined this or refused this. I'd love to, I'd like to, but I'm afraid I'm busy tonight. And here, afraid doesn't mean afraid like being frightened. No, I'm afraid here means like I'm sorry, I'm busy tonight. I'm terribly sorry, I have other plans. Thanks for asking, I'm afraid I'm busy tonight. Or you can say, for example, you have an exam, you have a doctor appointment, you have a meeting. You can say any reason, it's okay. It's just an example here only. I already promised Alice to spend the day with her, or I already promised a person to meet him or to have dinner with him or to have lunch with him. You can say whatever you like. Now, if you are going to accept something informally, it's very easy. Sure, what time? Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'd like to, I'd love to. Okay, even you can say okay, because it's informal. All right as well. Yeah, just if you are going to decline, what can you say? Decline, yeah. Sounds good, but I can't. No thanks. I'd love to, but I can't. I'd love to, but I can't. No, but thanks for inviting me. I better not. Sounds great, but I don't think I can. I'm afraid I can't accept your invitation. Maybe next time. If you are going to accept, you can say whatever you like this. If you are going to decline, you can say simply, I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, this is informal way. Very good. Okay, one more. Don't forget that we have what? We have contractions. Remember this? Instead of saying here, for example, I would love to, we don't say I would. Okay, we say what? I'd love to. You'd, he'd love to, she'd love to. We don't use it would, okay, but with, okay, they would, they'd love to, okay? So we can use contractions. Let's listen for these conversations first, and then we are gonna do some exercise or some practice on this. Okay, let's watch this video first for Anna. Can you come to the party? Watch it, please.
Hi there. Washington, D.C. has some great coffee shops. My favorite is this one, Busboys and Poets. Actually, it's more than a coffee shop. It's also a bookstore, a restaurant, and a theater. Marcia and I love coming here. Hey Anna, my friend is having a party on Saturday. Can you come with me? Sorry, I can't come with you. I have to get my driver's license. Will you be busy all day? I don't know. First, I have to take a test on the computer. Then I have to take a test in the car. Listen. Can you come with me?
Speak.
Listen.
I'm sorry, I can't come with you. Speak.
But you have to take the test during the day, don't you? Yes. The party is at night. Oh, then I can come with you to the party on Saturday night. Great! I have to help my friend with the party. Can you help me? Sure, that sounds like fun. Everyone has to bring something or do something. You can bring food or you can perform. Really? I can perform? You can. Can you? Yes. I can recite poetry. A poem. Light, dark. Light, dark. Darkness, dark. In this country, nobody recites poetry at parties. Can you do anything else? Yes. I can do a card trick. Your card is the 10 of diamonds. Pick a card, any card. Great. Maybe you can just bring food. No, I can't cook. And I really want to perform. You know, there is one thing I can do. Trouble in mind. I'm blue, but I won't be too long. Sun's gonna shine in my back door someday. Listen.
Everyone has to bring something or do something. Speak.
Listen. Really? I can perform?
Speak.
That's it. You can sing at the party. Now I have to go shopping for food. Can I help? I'm not busy right now. Sure, let's go. We have to go. I have to help Marcia shop, and I have to practice my song. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. Till next time.
Okay, so did you get it, guys? So when she asked her for the invitation, can you come with me, for example? She said what as an answer? Sorry, I can't come with you. And the reason is what? If you notice that, I want just to give you, yes. sorry, I can't come with you. I have to get my driver's license. So that's what the excuse or the reason that she said. So she declined the invitation first, okay, and then she accepted at the end. Now let's listen for this invitation and try to answer these questions. It's a party already, okay? So listen to the recording of this party. Georgia is well known for his ability to work with. Are going. Yes. What's one thing that is not true about him? What does Georgina do for a living? Georgina is a woman wearing yellow dress. What's the other invited guest Rabbi doing in the conversation or in this conversation? Yes, that's it. Listen and try to answer, please.
Hey, John, this looks like a great party. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Glad you could make it. Hey, have you met any of the famous guests so far?
No. Who exactly?
Well, there is Gregorio Sutzmeisterberg.
Who?
They call him the Grip for short.
Who in the world is he?
You've never heard of him?
No.
He's the world famous snake trainer. He's never met a snake he couldn't train to dance and kiss at the same time.
Seriously? Where is he?
Oh, he's the tall guy over there with the purple jacket and green pants. He probably has a snake or two with him tonight.
Huh?
And then there's Georgina the Great.
Georgina. And great for what?
Are you serious? You've never heard of her? She's the world's greatest arm wrestler. I mean, world champion. She's the petite woman next to the fireplace with the bright yellow dress and the tennis shoes.
I thought you said famous people, like people we all know.
And then there's Brad Pitt.
Now, there's someone I recognize.
The captain of the national yo-yo team.
What?
Yeah, he's the short, stocky man sitting at the table wearing the black and red checkered shirt. I'm sure he'd do a few tricks for you if you asked.
No, thank you. I think I've had enough entertainment for one evening.
Okay, so try to answer the questions. If you didn't get them from the first time, please try to repeat the questions until you get the answers. Okay. Now let's have a look at our book. It's book 1, by the way, because we didn't take this page before. It's about invitations as well. Let's listen for this conversation between Dave and Susan. Okay.
Conversation. Invitations. Listen and practice. I have tickets to the Phantom of the Opera on Friday night. Would you like to go?
Thanks. I'd love to. What time is the show?
It's at 8.
That sounds great. So do you want to have dinner at 6?
I'd like to, but I have to work late.
Oh, that's okay. Let's just meet at the theater before the show, around 7:30.
That sounds fine.
Okay, I want you to read it again. If you don't understand anything, just ask, okay? So, would you like to? Do you see? Okay, here it's used informally. Things I'd love to. And then they started to talk about the show, the time, and the place of meeting, okay? Would, subject, like to go, like to, and then verb infinitive. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks. I'd really like to go. Would you like to see a movie? The same, but I have to work late, but I need to save money, but I want to visit my parents. The excuse or the reason for not, or for rejecting, for not accepting the invitation. Instead of I would, I'd, as I told you. Now, respond to this invitation. So, for example, if a person asked you, I have tickets to the baseball game on Saturday. Would you like to go? What would you say? Would you accept or would you reject? Would you like to come over for dinner tonight? Would you accept or decline? Would you like to go to the gym with me on Friday? Would you accept or would you decline? There is a great movie on TV tonight. Would you like to watch it with me? So would you accept or decline as well, or refuse? Okay? So that's your homework in this part, guys. Now listen. Listen to 3 people inviting friends to events and activities. Complete the chart. Do the friends accept the invitations or not? You are gonna say what's the activity or what's the event, the day, the time, and accept yes or no. So let's try to listen and complete this one.
Page 24, exercise 10. Listening. Listen to 3 people inviting friends to events and activities. Complete the chart. Do the friends accept the invitations? 1.
Hey, Paula, would you like to see a movie on Wednesday?
Maybe. What time?
How about the 9 o'clock show? I'm not free before then.
9 o'clock? Oh, sorry, Jake. That's too late for me. I have to get up early on weekdays.
2.
Chris, there's a very good jazz pianist playing downtown. Would you like to go?
A jazz pianist. I'd love to go. When is the show?
It's on Thursday at 8:30.
Thursday at 8:30. That's perfect. Thanks a lot, Lucy. 3.
Hey, Ed, do you want to play baseball on Saturday?
Yeah, that'd be great, Rich. What time on Saturday?
How about 2 p.m.?
2 is fine.
Okay, so try to complete this as homework as well. Okay? Let's move to the last part concerning this. Prepossessions. A lot of people get confused because of using these prepossessions. First, we have to understand that we can use this prepossession in, on, and at for time and for places. Okay? It's very simple and very easy to remember that. In for general things and for bigger ones. On for more specific or for smaller. At very specific and the smallest. What is meant by this? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start with places first. Okay. In France, France is a country. In Paris, Paris is a city. In Manhattan, the neighborhood. In a car, enclosed space. I'm not speaking about now transportation because we are gonna take transportation individually. Okay. So here I'm speaking about the country as a whole or the city as a whole. Okay. On the street, the name of the street. The street is smaller than the country or the city. So on Plump's Street, avenues, 7th Avenue, surface, on the floor, on means of transportation, a bus. I don't want transportation now. Or on the radio, on TV. Okay, there are some words that you can use on for. I can get more specific if I said that the number of the building in the street. This is more specific than the name of the street only. More specific than the city or the country. So at 456 State Street or at the station, specific location. Okay? So in the country, for example, on the street and at the number of the building in the street. This is number 1 for place. For time, okay. For the century, 1990s, for example, 21st century. In years, do you remember? Or decades? In months. We have taken this before, but I'm revising. Months, March, June, July, August. In 5 weeks, you say number before weeks. In spring seasons, in the future, holidays in the Easter holiday, Christmas holiday, parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Okay, on with days, on with dates, full dates, April 3rd, specific days, on my birthday, time, on the weekend or weekends, days of the week plus part of the day, on Sunday morning, for example. There is just one note I want you to notice. If you are gonna say the name of the holiday, for example, the Christmas holiday in, but if you said Christmas day, and you mentioned the word day, not holiday, we are gonna use on. If you said only Christmas, you are gonna use at Christmas. So again, at Christmas. But if you said day, so on Christmas day. If you said the word in the Easter holiday or the Christmas holiday, you are gonna use in. Okay? It's a little bit a small difference, and I know it's a little bit confusing, but just try to remember it, study it and remember it. At with times, at 8 hours in general, at 8, 7 for midnight, night, noon. Do you remember these words? At the moment, as I told you before. So just remember this chart or this diagram and try to remember it. Okay? There are certain words to make again. It's like a revision again. You can read it in page 1 grammar book. Okay? For days and full dates, don't forget we use on. If I said the word day, okay, don't forget. If I said the word day, we use on. So on Christmas Day, on my birthday, it's specific. In with months, years, at for times. And there are some words that we have to use in the morning, in the afternoon, the evening, at noon, at night, at midnight. We have to memorize this, okay? You can't get confused at such words, okay? If it's placed on the table, on the wall, okay, it's on, above, or over a surface, no space. In, it means inside something or inside a place. In my bucket, in the mall, it means inside the mall. But if I said at the mall, what's the difference if I said in the mall or at the mall? In the mall, it means you are inside the mall. Inside, you already entered the mall. At the mall, it means at the area of the mall, but not in the mall itself. You didn't get into the mall, okay? At the door, it means you didn't get into the house. You are in the area of the doorstep. So at home, at work, at a school, at the top, these are words that take at. In a car, in the sky, in a row, in a magazine, in a newspaper, they take in. On transportation and on TV, on time, on the right, on the left. Okay? So I want you to try to answer these questions with the correct prepositions. In or on or at. Okay? Now let's move on to translation. You are going to translate this into English. It's already Arabic. It's like a paragraph, not just a sentence. I want you to try. And we are going to revise it for sure together whenever you finish, okay? Business, no, we are gonna take business together. For homework, page 23, 24, worksheet 1, workbook 1. I think this is enough for today. Thank you and have a nice day, all of you. Bye.